Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to be setting up our development environment using Bootstrap, which is a CSS framework. And we'll go over some of the basics really quickly. And in the next few videos, we're going to be talking more in depth about some of the features that Bootstrap has. Now, in order to get Bootstrap onto our website, we have to go to Bootstrap's website. So if we go to Bootstrap, Bootstrap CSS or whatever, that'll be the first link. As you can see, it says Bootstrap is the world's most popular HTML, CSS, and JavaScript framework. And just to give you a little history on Bootstrap, Bootstrap was essentially created by Twitter back in the day because what they realized is that there's a lot of functionality that every website we make has. And instead of recreating that in the CSS each time, how about we all put it into one specific framework and then we can just keep reusing it. So if you recall from the previous lectures, the way that we apply a style to an element is to give it a class and then style that class. So Bootstrap is essentially a bunch of classes which are styled, and then we put those classes on the elements in our HTML, and it provides the styling. So this will make much more sense once we actually get into it. But let's go ahead and download Bootstrap. So I'm just going to click download Bootstrap, and it should open up the zip file. So all you want to do is unpack it so that we get the CSS, fonts, and JavaScript. And so then go to your folder, which in my case is my other website. And what I'm going to do is take this entire folder and actually just copy it in here. So let's just move it. And I'm just going to rename it to be called Bootstrap. But this is going to have some CSS files, some fonts, some JavaScript. So we're only going to have to be importing the CSS and JavaScript for now. So let's go ahead and do that. So we need to do that in our index.html. And so we're going to do that at the top of the page. So remember, this is how we imported the CSS index.css. So now we're going to have to do the same thing. So go ahead and copy and paste the CSS, and instead of the href is index.css, it has to be the path to the CSS file. So if we look at this, it's bootstrap/css, and then bootstrap.css is the file we want. So it's going to be bootstrap/css/bootstrap.css. So that'll give us the CSS file. And the other thing we want is bootstrap.js. So actually, we'll do that later because it's not completely necessary. When we talk about the JavaScript side of things, we'll import that. So far, all we've done is imported bootstrap.css. So now if we go back to our page, notice how already everything feels a little bit different. The font changed, and the way that headers look changed, the way that this paragraph looks changed. So just out of the box, when we import Bootstrap into our website, it has a certain look and feel to it, which we automatically get, which is really great. So that's it for this video. We've imported our Bootstrap, and we've seen that it has a certain effect. In the next video, we're going to talk about the Bootstrap philosophy, which allows for mobile responsiveness. And then after that, we'll talk about components to put on our page.